Hello everybody and welcome back to F1 2022 Manager, where we are about to dive in to the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix of 2023, and it's an interesting one this. If we go and look at the circuit, is where I wanted to go, the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix, and historic results. So, I don't think, previous race results, that's what I wanted. Sebastian Vettel got us up to 12th in this one. He had been lapped, but he did get into 12th, and Nico Hülkenberg did not finish. So that's what we've got to beat in this race, I reckon, to make it a successful one. Someone higher than 12th and someone just finishing the race. And when we then skip to the end of the race and Guan Yu Zhou has finished 20th and I'm pissed off, just remind me in the comments that I said early on in the video that all he's got to do is finish the race, because Nico didn't last year after 2 laps. Unbelievable. But yeah, that's where we're going. The Grand Prix of Italy, the first Grand Prix of Italy, the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. I'm not too sure why I keep saying it like that, but yes, we're looking all right. Double points finish, or 2 points finishes in a row. Fernando Alonso is finding his form. Let's get into, well, I'll do practice. You know the drill. I'll do practice. You come back for qualifying. Here we go then, folks. Ready for qualifying. We've put all the good car parts into the car, the engine, the gearbox, the ERS and all that stuff. And now we're going to qualify for the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. So there is no bad weather predicted for this qualifying, so we're not in a rush to get out. We're not going to get that little advantage over the AI. I'm sort of thinking, oh, someone's gone out very early. The AlphaTauri. Let's send Zhou out with the AlphaTauri there. See what Zhou can do on the back of Alex Albon. The 2 Mercedes go out as well. There's a lovely big gap there. So Alonso and Magnussen are now going to go out. Hold up Hamilton a little bit. And Zhou goes second in the time charts behind Albon. Hamilton and Russell go ahead of them early doors. And where is Fernando Alonso? Is going to go third at the moment, ahead of Albon, ahead of Stroll, ahead of Zhou, ahead of Magnussen. So, as we know, that first lap doesn't really mean too much in the grand scheme of things. I'm confident Alonso can get through on a scrubbed set. I'm just going to lower this very quickly. We'll stay on the map screen. What does it say? It's 0.5 seconds quicker. Do we need 5/10 with Alonso? Probably will. Probably will. Let's put Zhou onto a fresh soft. I really want Zhou to legitimately get into Q2. It would be absolutely awesome. But at the moment, he's... I think Alonso can do it. I think Alonso can do it on a scrub set. A U set, sorry. I think he can do it on a U set. I don't think he needs to really go onto a brand new set. I mean, if we quickly look at the timing charts, Norris may be quicker than him, Stroll maybe, Gasly maybe, Sainz maybe, Schumacher will be below him, Tsunoda will be below him, Ricciardo will probably be below him, Zhou will be below him, so that's 4, then just needs one other person. K-Mag or Nico Hülkenberg should be slower than him. I think he can get through. I think he'll get through. I'm probably going to mess this up, but I think Fernando Alonso can get through on a used set of soft tyres. So we're just going to see when everybody else starts to leave. It should be pretty soon, as Schumacher is just making his way around the track here. Is he going to have enough time to get in and change and go back out? It's going to be touch and go for him, to be honest. As here we go. People starting to leave the pits. So... here we go. Can we get into Q2 at the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix? We're going to send Zhou out there. And we're going to send Alonso out after Russell. Yeah, there we go. Lovely stuff. So everyone is out and about. We're all definitely going to be in good shape to get some times in. So let's just dive in with Guan Yu Zhou in a second and see how he is going to get on. As he goes through the first chicane, he needs to find a bit of time. He is on fresh softs, whereas Alonso isn't. So why are you still warming up your tyres? Oh, I thought he was going through the first chicane. He's not even started his fast lap yet. I was getting very worried there. He's going to start it now. So let's jump on board with him again. Like that, as his DRS is open. There you go. There's the chicane that I was thinking of before. Can we see green sectors all across the board for Zhou and Alonso? That would be absolutely lovely. Lando Norris is actually the one leading the pack, so we may see if we can watch. Should we watch him cross the line, or should we watch Zhou? No, let's watch Zhou. He doesn't get much camera time. Green sector 1 for Zhou, Alonso on a yellow. Alonso on a yellow isn't too surprising, given that he's on used softs, but Zhou is putting in some good times here so far. It is a tough little track. Okay, Norris goes really quick. Okay, we might be in a bit of issue here with Alonso, because everyone is very much improving their times. Oh crap, hopefully we haven't got this too wrong, as Zhou has done 2 green sectors. It's a green sector 2 for Alonso, which is good. Zhou has only got to find a 10th to go ahead of Stroll. There's going to be a few other people. Tsunoda is really slow. Come on, Zhou, you can do this. Find that speed. He's putting a good lap so far. Zhou crosses the line. Oh, he does go above Stroll. Alonso stays where he is. Okay. Oh, Zhou drops into the bottom 5. Alonso's going to be safe, though, no matter what K-Mag does. Zhou finishes 17th. Alonso in 12th at the moment. Zhou loves 17th. 0.001 of a second off Albon and 0.002 of a second off getting out there. Lance Stroll hanging on by the skin of his teeth. 0.002 separated Guan Yu Zhou and Lance Stroll. Bloody hell, that's irritating. So Guan Yu Zhou is out. We're going to go back with Fernando Alonso. I think we're going to put that set on again, you know, and then we're going to save a brand new set for later on to see if we need it. So yeah, okay, here we go. Let's go. Qualifying 2 with Fernando Alonso. Okay, we're getting Alonso out there as the first person on track. We're a couple of minutes into the session. No one else was going, so I thought, yeah, why not? Let's send Alonso out and see if he can put in a decent time with clean air in front of him. Alonso is going to set a 115.3. Okay, 2/10 off Gasly, but on very much used softs there, so I'm not too worried about that one. We'll get him on the fresh set for his next lap. Someone's run wide in Ocon, which has probably put Perez off as well, because he puts in a rubbish time. Okay, there's a few times coming in. We are quicker than K-Mag and some other drivers, which is good to see. Just need to make sure we've got time here. So everyone's put in 1 lap. Perez is definitely going to improve. That's a no-brainer. But there is reason to say we could beat everyone else in that list. Maybe not Bottas. Bottas and Perez will jump up. Is there anyone sort of out of place? No, it's still looking around about 12th, potentially, that Alonso could finish here. So I'm just thinking, so someone's going there. Who's that? That's Perez, desperate to set a time and make sure that he clears the ranking. Can we get out after Verstappen? No, we're being covered off there by the Alpines. But we do get out in plenty of time, so it's not going to be an issue that we won't set a time here, as Alonso going to come through round the last corner. And then he's going to cross the line and start his qualifying lap any second now. So he's currently holding 10th position. But yeah, Perez will improve. Bottas will improve. Vettel could get dragged into this if Alonso finds some time. He's on fresh softs. He should be in a good shape for this. He should set a green sector 1 on these new fresh tyres. So he's got it all in his favour at the moment. I'm hoping everyone else is going out on used. No, everyone's on the same. Everyone's put a fresh set on. I should say. But Alonso has set a green sector, which is good. At the moment, only finds himself 0.017 off Daniel Ricciardo in front of him. So Perez sets a time and goes top of the leaderboard. Who else has set? Gasly's finished his. He doesn't move. He stays 7th. Ocon goes 8th with a good team. It's back-to-back green sectors for Fernando Alonso. As Norris stays 10th, drops into the danger zone. Norris is out because he's definitely going out if he's already in it at that point. So we need to find 3/10 to get out, basically. 3/10 puts us ahead of Vettel and pushes Vettel into the danger zone, but he hasn't finished his lap yet either. So let's see how we do here. Alonso is just coming up to the line. Ocon and Vettel gets... Yeah, Alonso gets 12th. Vettel jumps up a little bit. Magnussen stays bottom. Magnussen, Stroll, Ricciardo, Alonso, Norris. And then the top 10 to have a shootout in Q3, which we won't be a part of. Yeah, happy with that. I'm happy with that qualifying session. We reached Q2 and we got the qualifying position, so it's going to be a nice 163,000 in the bank. They want us to get the fastest lap. We've said we'll get someone to finish above 13th. And I think we're going to go position gain. We're going to say that Alonso will finish in the points and Guan Yu is going to finish top 15. Let's put a bit of a And we're going to get someone in the top 13. Okay, that's not an issue either. Qualifying streak, we got that one done 4 of 4, so that's 1.1. Oh no, we've got to get both of them, haven't we? To get 1.1 million. So we need Alonso or Zhou to finish in the top 14, and we get 1.1 million in terms of rewards. Now, the fun bit, strategy. Okay, they're saying one stop medium to hard. You could do hard to soft, or you can do soft, medium, medium. Okay, this looks like we could get something out of this. If we started on the hards, let's go like that, start on the hards, and we increase the pace of the hards. In fact, how far can they go? Yeah, you're not going to make that. Okay, so hards goes like that to around about here. The softs can't make it, but the mediums can. They don't have much life left. Okay, so in theory then, do we really want to start on the hards, the slower tyre, and drag it out? I think we might do that with Zhou, actually. I think let's go and do Zhou first. Okay, so with Zhou, we just had a bit of a coughing fit there. Apologies if I haven't edited that out properly and you hear it, I do apologise. But yeah, with Zhou, do we go really long on the hards and then push? I mean, look how long you can go on those hards. Bloody hell. You can, and then you can actually fully push on the mediums. So we could try that. The softs will be quicker, but may not. I feel like you got to risk it for a biscuit with Zhou, and yeah, he needs to do something special. So let's go for that. Although if there's a safety car and we're starting on the hards, it's going to be a bit of a ball ache, isn't it? No, we'll go for that. We'll go for something different. We'll go hard to medium. And people could be doing hard to softs, but then we can push on the medium tyre, so I don't mind that. Right, and now Fernando Alonso in car number 1. See, because C gives you loads of life in the tyres, and you can push on all of them. But it's a 2-stop strategy. And we know from previous experience that 2 stops aren't the best. Maybe it's medium hards and then see if we get a safety car. Push the mediums, push the hards, and then manage it as we go. Or do we not push the hards, push the mediums a little bit, because I assume if we push them a lot, we're never going to make that. Oh, you can. You can go all out on the mediums early and manage the hards. I feel like that could be a little bit silly though. See, that gives us ability to play in both directions. So I think we do that. I think we aim for lap 22. And we'll have a little bit of tyre life there and a little bit of tyre life there so we can push on the out laps. Okay, so yes, a medium to hard there and hard to medium. So splitting the strategies basically is what we're doing. Driver options, push, 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 push and deploy. Driver options, push, 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 push and deploy. Fuel will take a lap out of the car like we did in the last race, and we seem to manage that okay, even though we've got the gas guzzling is the one I'm looking for. The gas guzzling Red Bull engine in the back. I think we're okay. Right, let's get into it. The EMILIAGNO Romana Grand Prix in Italy. So bright sunshine here in Italy, and look at that, it's a front row for Red Bull, and one day that'll be a front row of Aston Martin, I'm sure of it. And here we go, we are away. Zhou on the hards, I feel like he's going to struggle potentially a little bit here. Is he going to be left behind? What's everyone doing? Oh, it's a mixed strategy. That means probably people are doing medium to hards or hard to medium, I would assume, as Alonso's gained a position already, which is lovely stuff. Oh, is there an incident, or is it everyone just slowing down? I think it's everyone was just slowing down for the chicane. Let's go back to the TV view as well. Right on the back of that Mercedes of George Russell there, which is awesome. Awesome to see. Alonso might make a little move, to be honest. Right, how is Guan Yu Zhou doing? He's caught in between the AlphaTauri and a Haas, trying to get something done. Not the easiest track to overtake on, so we are hoping that the strategies come into play here and do a good job, as we see Alonso come around the corner right behind George Russell again. Sebastian Vettel got up to 9th position, which is great for him from the start, which is lovely as Alonso looks to make the move. Can he get it done? No, that Mercedes still has a good bit of straight line speed that he can hang on to at the moment, and you can see we've basically still got 100% battery here, as Alonso is just eyeing up George Russell. He wants to give it a go, the experienced Spaniard in the Aston Martin, and he's going to get him done on the inside on that corner there. Lovely driving from Fernando Alonso, and he gets George Russell on lap 1. So that's 2 places gained for Fernando on the first lap, which is absolutely awesome. And Zhou has got Alex Albon as well. I think it was on the same corner. So we saw the Alonso one. We'll see if there's a replay for Guan Yu Zhou. But all in all, good starts all round for Aston Martin. Alonso up into the points already, and that is good. And I definitely don't mind that Zhou is pushing a little bit on these tyres to start. Alonso's the one we've got to keep a bit more of an eye on with his push, because he should only be on aggressive. But we didn't get a chance to see the Guan Yu Zhou move on Alex Albon, but he does look like he's eyeing up K-Mag on the outside. He's not done it, but Alonso is now up to 9th. Alonso again, he's up to 8th as he's got Gasly as well, who's on the hard tyres. Lovely stuff there from Fernando Alonso. Let's drop his tyres down now that he's got all those places. And yeah, we're doing a good job here to put them both into neutral so they can manage their ERS. As we gain a few places, we'll balance the fuel to make sure that that comes back in line. And at the moment, what a start for Aston Martin. Okay, so lap 5, we've settled in. Alonso still nuzzled up in 8th, right behind Ocon. Zhou still doing pretty well in 15th as well. We've now relaxed his tyres down as well, so he's not got as much pace, but he is still getting DRS off the back of Lance Stroll. So all in all, pretty happy with how we're progressing at the moment. Okay, we've got a yellow flag in Sector 2. Somebody's crashed. Hulkenberg isn't dropping down too much. Yellow flag, but no... It is Hulkenberg that's crashed on turn 7. And in his brand new Haas that he's driving. He comes round, locks up, can't control it, into the gravel, into the wall. That's going to need a new front wing, my son. That is not good driving there from Nico Hulkenberg. But I'm just wondering, can we... We're right on the back of Ocon here. If we charge up, how is Zhou? Yeah, Zhou's still right on the back as well of Lance Stroll. So I feel like we're in a very good position here to just manage this and make sure that we don't lose this DRS train for either driver, but charge up the battery a bit more. So we'll have DRS there. Zhou right on the back of Lance Stroll still as well. It's just this bit here. You need to make sure that you don't lose out where they pull away, because we're harvesting as we come out of the corners. So into the chicane, that will allow us to catch up a little bit because they're all battling up front. Hulkenberg is into the pits for his new front wing. At the moment, we're going alright. It would be nice if Zhou could overtake Stroll, because Stroll is sort of holding everyone up behind him a little bit. And Zhou is sort of dropping off. We need that group in front to battle. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Okay, so Alonso's done a really good job of charging the battery and hanging on the back of Ocon. So that's all good now. I think we're in a good position with Fernando Alonso. I'm happy with that. Zhou did lose out a place to Magnussen, but he was dropping off the pace of Stroll. So now we're just charging up behind K-Mag, which I'm more than happy with that. We're going to just deploy a little bit here just to make sure that we can catch up. There is a yellow flag in Sector 3. Yeah, Zhou's really struggling to keep pace. It must be the tyres. Must be the tyres. As Leclerc runs wide on turn 17, that'll affect the battle at the top. And Zhou is still getting DRS, so we can leave that back to neutral. And Fernando Alonso is managing himself very nicely as this group in front of him still just battle away. They're all on the hard, so they're going to have a bit more life in their tyres towards the end. But yeah, so Zhou, he's probably losing pace because Magnussen's on the mediums, Albon's on the mediums, Stroll on the hards he probably should have kept up with. But I'm happy with how we're doing. Coming up to lap 10. Alonso's put himself in a good position if I ever want him to make a move on this lap. I don't think he needs to at the moment. Although on the softer tyres, maybe we should try and get this done, because then we might be able to get away from them and because we're doing an undercut on them, so we probably do need to get past them. God, I love Fernando Alonso. He has passed Ocon already. I didn't even skip that far ahead, but yeah, we're deploying. You can see it here. We might as well watch the replay because that's what they're there for. Alonso on the inside, loves the move on that corner, gets it done, makes it stick, and just squeezes Ocon out and we're on the medium tyres. So we'll fly away from him here. Next up is Valtteri Bottas, just in front of us as we're going to go into the next chicane. Into a left, into a right, and you can see we're gaining all the time. We're actually got Bottas, Hamilton and Leclerc just in front of us. Leclerc really struggled after that spin he had on turn 17. So we're doing all right. And look at this. Look at this from Alonso. He's trying to get the foot down. Good defending from Valtteri Bottas, to be fair. But Alonso not out of it yet. Doing a cracking job, Fernando. Keep going. Up to 7th already. And then it's just a case of managing those hard tyres on our second stint. And if there's a safety car, it means we could go on to the spare set of mediums we've got, as well as right up Valtteri Bottas again round the outside. We should have the inside on this next corner. We do. And Alonso has placed his car perfectly there to get up to 6th. Absolutely fantastic stuff from Fernando Alonso. And we're still in the DRS of Lewis Hamilton and Leclerc. Is Leclerc struggling with tyres? No, he's on 82% mediums. I don't know why he's not just getting away from Lewis Hamilton. I guess the DRS is really helping Lewis Hamilton out there. Bottas is going to have a move at us. Why haven't we got our DRS open? Maybe I'm hoping that's just a graphical glitch and nothing out of the ordinary there, because that is a little bit irritating if our DRS didn't activate in that stint. Zhou is still sitting behind Magnussen, but I'm happy to... He's going to go longer, so I'm actually happy to keep Zhou out and just managing it. He can harvest up behind him. I really don't mind that at all. Let his DRS pull you along, mate. So lap 15, unfortunately, Hamilton and Leclerc have just absolutely blitzed us. So we're going to use this as a chance to harvest. I don't mind giving the place back to Bottas if needs be. We're just going to harvest here and set our tyres to standard. And if Bottas wants to get past and then pull us along with DRS, I really don't mind that at all. I'd prefer him to do it in a place where he's not then just going to leave us for dead from DRS. But there, Leclerc finally showing the pace we thought he would have with Hamilton behind him. And yeah, he's done a pretty good job of managing that, Leclerc. He's done all right there. Bottas going defensive against Russell rather than trying to take us on. Right, pit stop wise, yeah, we've got a bit of distance to go until Alonso's won. 22 laps in. I mean, Zhou is going until lap 45, so that's going to be an interesting one for him. It's going to be an interesting race when everyone pits what Zhou does. He'll start holding up quite a lot of people, I imagine. Okay, so Alonso's tyres are starting to go because we're pushing them a bit harder than the AI. But, yeah, he's lost a place to Russell. Bottas got past him and then absolutely left us for dead. And now we're just hoping that Bottas pulls along. We're getting close to Alonso's pit window. And judging by his tyres, he's got a bit of life left. So I think we're going to attack. Let's attack and push. We could say full send, but at the moment we'll let him manage the ERS in neutral. Zhou is just chilling out at the back. He's got a lot to play with if needs be. I think the guys on the mediums in front, when they come into pit in front of Zhou, we're going to really push him and see what he can do with these tyres. And then we sort of just manage him around, I think, Zhou. He's not in a terrible position right now. Okay, so Fernando Alonso is on his optimal pit lap now, as we've planned it out. So he's going to pop onto the hards. He's going to come out in 17th. He is going to pit from around about 8th. So now let's just get him to push everything as much as he can. He's not got much ERS to play with, but we'll... did I set that to defend? I meant deploy. Get it on deploy. Don't bother defending with it. And here is Fernando Alonso into the pits then. He did pit from 9th position. And it's a decent stop, 2.7. We were predicted to come out in 17th, just behind Guan Yu Zhou. So let's see how this does. It looks like that's going to happen. Schumacher's miles away, 20 seconds behind. But Alonso going for the undercut on a lot of other drivers. So out he comes. We'll push him for the first bit of the lap and see what he can do. 9 seconds off Zhou. But yeah, everybody else we know is going to pit. So he just needs to... In fact, he needs to really push on these tyres to start. So let's make him do that. Okay, other drivers coming in then. Perez and Sainz are pitting now. I'm going to assume they were on mediums. Yeah, they're both medium runners. Going onto the hards, doing a one stop. So this is where Alonso, who we were pushing quite hard, as everyone else pits in off the mediums, is he going to get those places back? That is the key here. That is the key. So Russell's in, he was just in front of Alonso at the time. So Russell having his tyres changed. Where is Alonso? Alonso is coming around the start-finish straight. I guess let's just get him to do what he can at the moment. It's going to be touch and go who he jumps. I don't think he's going to jump Russell.
Yeah, copy me.
Zhou is up to 11th. And Alonso jumps up. Okay, so we're up into 13th. And there's still people in front that haven't pitted. So I don't mind that. We do need to make sure we manage his tyres, though. We came out in front of a Russell, actually. We got in front of Russell. So it did sort of work, the undercut.
That's it.
Zhou in 11th doing a good job as well. Obviously, he's got a long way to go until he pits. He's still got like another 20 laps, basically. But well done, Alonso. So who's pitting in front of us? We've got Stroll, Ricciardo, Gasly, Ocon, and Bottas, and Leclerc, and Hamilton, and Verstappen, all still to come in. So... yeah, okay, we're in a decent position. Obviously, Zhou as well is going to pit, so yeah, we'll see how that goes. But we could, in theory, can Alonso catch Zhou if we ask him to push and get in DRS? My worry there is that it's going to pull Russell along as well. What we actually want to do is let's see if we can be a bit cheeky here.
We just need to charge up.
There's a bright light for you. Is that a graphical glitch, or is that actually where the sun is? No, it actually is where the sun is. So what we can do here is let Russell get past us. And then try and hang on the back of Russell, whose pace should naturally catch him up with Zhou anyway. Right, there goes Russell. Good. Into neutral, into balanced, into standard. And now we should hang on the back of Russell. I know Russell is going to be a quicker car than us, but I'm hoping he can just pull us along. And then it's all hunky-dory for Fernando Alonso, and that's not too bad. He's already half a second in front. It's probably because he had that DRS pull coming down the straight. But 6 seconds is the gap to Zhou. We're hoping Russell closes that and pulls us along with him. Yeah, so it's working a treat here. Russell's closed the gap to 2 seconds to Zhou, and he's just been pulling us along through DRS, which is absolutely lovely. So we've been able to save a little bit of fuel, harvest up a little bit of battery here and there, and the tyres, I've not had to press them at all. So at the moment, everything's looking good. We're a little bit under, but we did have a bit to play with at the end anyway. And Guan Yu Zhou's just happily plodding along in 11th, to be honest, at the moment. He's doing alright on the tyres. There's still a few people to come in front of us. Guan Yu Zhou will be pitting at a similar time to them. And yeah, let's just see how it unfolds, I guess. Okay, so we're on board with George Russell. There is Guan Yu Zhou just in front. And again, if George Russell goes and we just allow... In theory, I should probably be pushing with Guan Yu Zhou, shouldn't I? No, that doesn't make sense, because Guan Yu Zhou's on a similar strategy to the people in front of him. So this is fine, because our main driver, sorry Zhou, but our main driver Alonso is getting pulled along for pretty much free at the moment. So if we harvest up there, Russell's going to catch Guan Yu Zhou really easily, but I don't mind that. I think, can we do... I'm trying to think what's a good strategy here to do with Alonso and Zhou. Let's have a quick look at Zhou. Where is Zhou at the moment? If we don't push those mediums, how far can he drag those out? I mean, you could go onto them now and get to the end. Definitely get on them a little bit earlier, if needs be. Yeah, okay, so we could do that. Is that quicker than going all the way here and hard pushing? Yes, it is. According to the time thing up there, that is quicker. Right, that's what we're going to change to then. Lap 40. Get on the mediums a little bit earlier. Which I think means we can push those hards, doesn't it? Yeah, we can push the hards a little bit more, so get on that aggressive. Oh, no, that's the wrong guy. That's Alonso. Get on that one, Zhou. Get on that aggressive. Just for now. You've also got a bit of fuel to play with, so you can push that.
Okay, copy.
And you just need to make sure that you keep up with George Russell and don't get left behind, as you're very close to doing. So now, Guan Yu Zhou,
no saving required.
hold back cars behind very quickly. And then, okay, Alonso does have DRS, so Zhou's going to try and hold George Russell up. And is doing a pretty good job of it.
Let's make sure.
Which now brings Alonso back into this fight. So, yeah, good stuff. Good stuff, Guan Yu Zhou. Just holding him up on that straight. Love a bit of that from Guan Yu Zhou. Lovely stuff. And he's still holding George Russell up here. So, yeah, nicely done, Guan Yu Zhou. Nicely done indeed. I'm very happy with that. Good team driving there. Because now, is George Russell going to make the move? If we go, I'm just wondering, can we maybe cheese the system? Hold back cars behind. And then we're going to tell Alonso very briefly just to go full out. And see if Zhou holds up Russell, but there's enough space for Alonso to get past. Maybe not. Maybe not.
You can use energy.
Because I'm just wondering if Zhou holding up the cars, is that then going to stop Alonso getting through? Maybe this isn't the right thing to do, because we need to make sure Alonso's got the tyres, right? At the moment, we're getting pulled along by ultimately Guan Yu Zhou, who is then holding us up. So let's see what unfolds here. Because now George Russell gets past. He does have DRS, even though it's not opening the rear wing. But yeah, we are now all through. And we'll probably be in our own little race now between us and George Russell, which isn't a bad thing. Guan Yu Zhou did a good job. Hopefully we can pull Zhou along a little bit more to get him a bit of extra pace. Hopefully Russell pulls us along to catch up with Daniel Ricciardo. So all in all, it's not too bad. I feel like we may have lost quite a lot of time by being stuck behind Zhou. At the moment, no incidents whatsoever, and everyone running the hard tyres with pit stops to come. So it's a bit of a procession at the moment, not too much happening on track, but yeah, Alonso's being pulled along by Russell, Zhou's now being pulled along by Alonso, So we're in not a terrible position. Oh, Zhou, you're in such a good spot and you've gone and ruined it. You've gone and ruined it by running wide. Oh, Zhou. Oh, you're going to have to deploy to try and catch up. We're going to have to push the tyres. Oh, Alonso's very close to overtaking Russell, which, you know, let's not worry about that, Alonso. You can just conserve some fuel and charge up your battery, to be honest, buddy. But, yeah, all in all, Zhou had a bit of a shocker there. So he needs to try and catch up. Oh, we've got a car who's crashed in the wall. Yellow flags only. Still no safety car.
Yellow flag.
Who is it? Magnussen has crashed, and I think we've just lost DRS to Russell. Well, I got distracted there. But yeah, the Haas comes around. It's the same place as Nico Hulkenberg. So both Haas's now crashing in the same place. Both losing the front wing. And yeah, that's not very good if you're a Haas fan, to be honest. Right, we are losing George Russell, Fernando. So you need to make something happen here, because he's going to be out of your DRS range after that turn, which is a little bit infuriating. We need you to find some pace, Fernando. We need you to find some pace. Now, the Mercedes is just too quick for us at the moment. It's put a good old gap between us. It's now Zhou and Alonso 12th and 13. Obviously, Zhou still hasn't pitted. Yeah, it's getting close to Zhou's pit, but he needs to... yeah, he needs to up his game a bit. He's how far? What's the gap? 9, 14. He's going to come out in front of Schumacher, so that's not too bad. Although, is that? Oh, I thought I said Vettel was right on his arse. Then he's not. He's 9 seconds away. He's fighting Norris. But yeah, Alonso lost Russell, so he's now just sort of nursing those tyres to the end, because people in front of him have got to pit. People in front of Alonso have got to pit, which means these tyres, we know they can get to the end. So as long as he maintains that, it's totally fine. Okay, so Guan Yu Zhou coming in on the mediums. Let's see what Guan Yu Zhou can do when he comes in. Hopefully he gets a nice stop. I think coming out in front of Albon would be lovely. I don't think that's quite going to be the case. I think it's going to be out in front of Schumacher, and then see what we can do on those tyres. So he is sort of going to be pushing-ish on the mediums. And yeah, it should leave him in good stead, to be honest. So in comes Guan Yu Zhou on to a fresh set of medium tyres. And here he comes out of the pits. A pretty good stop again, 2.77, not bad. He is going to come out in front of Schumacher. And then we know that we can get him to push as soon as he comes out of here. Alonso, we've got a warning about fuel, so we really have to make sure that we're going to be okay on that fuel. But yes, a 34.9 second pit stop in total, which means Alonso will jump quite a few people when they come in and pit. And I'm surprised they're still going, because this might work out for Zhou as well. He may get quite a few people when they come in as well. So Alonso and Zhou in decent positions. It's just Alonso's... Oh, he's locked up. He's in the wall. He's literally just pitted. What an absolute bell end. He's just pitted. And now he's going to have to come in for a new front wing and go to the end of the race, the back of the race. Let's take a look at the replay. The back of the queue, whatever it is. Oh, I don't need to sit again. I was riding on board with him. What an idiot. He's managed to reverse it and got it out. Let me guess, the front wing is major damage. Oh, Guan Yu Zhou. I mean, you've just come in. Can we put anything else on to make this the softer blow? I mean, the softs do get to the end if you don't push them. So, I mean, we might as well put the softs on. Might as well just put those softs on and get them around. So, okay, Guan Yu Zhou. Yeah, you're coming in onto the softs, car parts, new front wing, pit this lap. Unbelievable, Guan Yu Zhou. We literally just pitted you for new tyres. What a joke that is. Right, so he's in again. He's in again, and he's probably going to be last, I'm going to say, at this stint. I was just saying he was in for a good finish. This is just them changing the front wing that obviously they don't have an animation for. There we go. He might still get out in front of Tsunoda, but he was in a good position to climb points when other people pitted, and now he's not. Now he's absolutely buggered it up. Bloody Zhou. What is it about this second car at Aston Martin? It's cursed, I tell you. Cursed. Okay, so we're back on board with Alonso, who has caught Ricciardo and Stroll, whose tyres are really letting them down at the moment. And Alonso is sort of on course to get them to the end. It may be a little bit touch and go. But, yeah, they've got to come in and... I don't think they've pit, right? Tyre history? No, hards. So who above us hasn't actually pit yet? So we're here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people in front of us haven't pit. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, there is a potential. I mean, I don't think we're going to get the likes of Perez and that lot, but everyone else that comes in, I think, is within our range, especially as we're still conserving fuel and we're hanging on the back of these two here who need to pit. So, yeah, okay, not bad. We could be in for the 3rd points finish in a row with Fernando Alonso. How's Zhou doing? Yep, absolutely nowhere near anyone. Okay, so we've been in a very good position here to harvest up and save a bit of fuel with Alonso, and Verstappen is now pitting, which means all of these guys in front are going to be pitting soon as well. And that's our chance for Alonso to try and gain some positions. It would have been Zhou's chance as well, but, you know, he didn't fancy it. He fancied putting himself straight into a wall. So here comes everyone in. I'd be very surprised if Gasly and Ricciardo and Stroll don't come in this lap as well. And, yeah, we're still harvesting up right behind them, which I'm really happy about, to be honest. I think we've done a good job there. And as we come around this corner, I'm expecting them, as Gasly pits and Ocon pit, we're going to be in a great position here. So we're going to go, I know we're struggling a little bit on fuel, but we're going to go full send as Stroll stays out. Is he meant to stay out? He's on 37%. He's going for an overcut. But yeah, we're going to jump all of these people, and now is the chance we really need to get around Lance Stroll. We really need to get that done on this lap. I'm going to do it to see if we can do it without pushing on the fuel. But up into 8th position.
All okay.
Oh, and if you think where Zhou was when he pitted, when he ran into the wall, he was, what, 13th, 14th, something like that, around here? Look at all these people he would have jumped, and he would have been up near the points. Unbelievable. Go on, Fernando, you've got a strolly boy here. He's rubbish. To be fair, we were outpacing him when we were on conserve, so we can probably just stay on conserve. But there we go. We do get Lance Stroll up to 7th. Stroll's going to have to pit as well. There's no one else. Russell, no, he's on 68. He's got more tyre life than us. So everyone else in front of us isn't going to pit anymore. So hopefully we can hold on to 7th. What is Bottas? Bottas on fresh softs could well catch us. He will have some pace. Oh, he's locked up. Keep going. Keep going straight. What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Now you're going to have to get that position back. Bottas is going to catch you. Oh, Alonso. Alonso, Fernando. You're doing everything right, mate. You're doing everything absolutely right. Stroll now does come into the pit, so we're going to push again. Oh, Fernando. Fernando. Unbelievable from Nando there. Shocking stuff from the experienced Spaniard. As Zhou is just pootling along. What's in front of him? Hard, soft. He's not even going to catch the people that are on soft, so yeah. That's really irritating. Alonso's still in 7th, though. How big's the gap to Seb? 2 seconds back. He's on hards as well. So Alonso should be top 10, unless something drastic happens. But yeah, oh, Alonso, what are you playing at? Yeah, Bottas got past. He's made light work of us on those softs. So we're going to use this as an opportunity to save some fuel again and get that back in the green. Vettel and Norris battling behind us. Sector 2. I mean, a safety car. I was going to say a safety car really wouldn't be a bad thing right now. Conserve, harvest. This is huge. This is awesome. Right. Onto our fresh set of softs. Push them hard all the way. Can they get all the way if we pit now? They basically can. Update strategy. So, Alonso is going to be coming into pit. Alonso will definitely be coming into pit. I think Zhou we keep out. I mean, he's right at the back. Is it worth just, because he's got fresh softs as well, bringing him in and just tell him to go? Yeah, why not? Just tell him to bring in and tell him to go for it. So, okay, safety car. Big things here. Oh, Zhou's on. Do we keep Zhou out? Do we keep Zhou out on those softs? Because he's going to save tyre wear. No, we can double stack. We can double stack here. So active, pit options, onto a fresh set of soft, pit this lap. Pit options, onto a fresh set of softs, pit this lap. And that. Who's caused it? Multiple cars have crashed, so that could gain us some places as well. Safety cars out, no overtaking. Vettel is out. Right, crash involving multiple cars. So, Lando Norris and Sebastian Vettel trying to battle for a corner. No one gives way. Vettel's definitely out. I think Norris has got that going again, but he's going to be very slow. That pushes Alonso up to 8th. Okay. Okay, and Alonso comes in. And now, if there was ever a need for a good stop, this is it. This is it. Norris pits as well. He's coming in for a front wing, obviously. But, yeah, come on, a good stop. A good stop. You just need a good stop. Okay, it's not bad. 2.74. Zhou will be coming in as well. So Alonso comes out in... What's that going to be? 11th. Oh, he's right behind the safety car. Wow. Okay, so he's going to stay in front of Ricciardo. I think this is a bit of an issue because we're going to... The car's behind us. So in theory... Yes, I was going to say, in theory, Alonso's allowed to go past the safety car. Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. Guan Yu Zhou slowly making his way round. We don't need to see his pit stop, but let's fast forward this so that we can see everyone catch the safety car. So the issue you've got... Oh no, it has let Ricciardo, Bottas and Norris go, Stroll go past. So we're going to catch everyone up and we're going to be on fresh soft tyres. So Magnussen is stuck in the safety car queue, who is a lapped car. That's going to cause a few headaches. Hopefully the safety car's staying out another lap, which it is, which means Alonso will be able to catch up. Is Zhou stuck in that group as well? I think he is. So safety car is ending. We'll just right. So Alonso just catches up to the queue. There we go. Just in time to see Alonso. And Zhou is midway in it as a lapped car. This is going to be absolute carnage. Yeah, this is going to be absolute carnage from this restart because there's lapped cars in amongst... There's lapped cars in amongst the leaders. It's going to be hell. All hell's going to break loose. Safety car ending soon. That's going to go around the corner. Perez is leading the queue at the moment. And he's going to put his foot down any minute. So attack, push, deploy. Look at it. It's done wonders for our fuel as well, to be honest. Push, deploy. The interesting thing is Zhou. Where is Zhou in all of this? So Zhou is... behind a Williams, who's behind... Is that Hamilton or Russell there? So you've got Russell, Hamilton, a lap car, lap car, lap car. So Zhou's there. So that's Schumacher, Zhou, Hulkenberg, Tsunoda. And then who's... Oh, God. Is Alonso going to get caught up in all of this? So Alonso's... Oh, my word. This is a nightmare. Is that Zhou at the... Oh, my... Is that... I think that's Alonso there. Oh, bloody hell. Let's just see what happens. It's going to be absolute carnage. We'll try and follow... I think, to be fair, following Guan Yu Zhou is going to be a bit more... Yeah, he's trying to move out the way, but he can also overtake the car in front. Oh, my God. This is going to be carnage. I wouldn't be surprised if there's another safety car, because you can have lap cars trying to get out the way, but also trying to overtake other cars. So Zhou has gained. There's a yellow sector 1. Someone's run wide. Right. It was Alonso, but yeah, it's because he's got all these fucking lap cars around him. Underfloor damage, but that's fine. I don't care about that. Keep going, Fernando. Keep going. It's just a bit of carnage at the moment. Because I'm pretty sure... Look at them all. Everyone's weaving side to side. And the main thing is that Albon right in front of him. Yes, it is. Okay, so we should get Albon and get back into the points. As long as that is Albon. Yeah, look. There's just back markers getting right in the way. Which is a significant pain in the arse. And now Alonso has a runner, Albon and Gasly with no one in front of him. And Albon's on 60% hard. We should get him really easily and at least be back in the points. It's going to be a very interesting last few laps of this Grand Prix because we're going to have fresh softs and we're going to be catching everyone up. And I feel very sorry for Guan Yu Zhou, who really should be making easy meat of Schumacher there. Come on, Zhou. You should be getting around him pretty easily. It looks like the order's sorted itself out and the lap cars have got out the way, but... where is Alonso? So he went for an attempt and didn't make it. Oh, come on, down this straight. Come on. In that AlphaTauri's that quick. Jesus. Come on, Fernando. You've got battery. You've got fresh tyres. You're pushing on your fuel. Yeah, it's got to be done there. We're up into 10th, back in the positions. If DRS opens, we're going to be laughing here. We're going to be in a great position. Okay, Fernando Alonso has caught up to DRS range at Gasly, and there's a lot of cars in front of him who are on much much more used tyres. 66, 67, 66, 58. Russell should be caught by a lot of people here. We've got basically 10% more life in our tyres. We are pushing them harder than everyone else, so they'll dry off. But yeah, they've got so much life left in them. We should be fine. And it's just a case of Alonso pulling out some Spanish magic here. Zhou, I think this is an issue. I think Schumacher has been lapped because he's still 120. Go on, Zhou, get this done as we're watching round the outside. Go on. Go on, get it done. Let's deploy for you. Get that done. You should have DRS anyway to really make this happen. As the rear wing doesn't open, but he does have DRS. Okay. Zhou gets that done. Up into 15th, who he is. 1 minute and 20 off Lando Norris. Not sure I believe that, but okay. Alonso up into 10th is just struggling to keep hold of Gasly, so we're going to deploy. Use that energy and see if we can get around a few people here, because we are catching them up. Just need to make these tyres work. And it is concertinaed here, and Alonso's fresh tyres really are working. We've completely drained the battery, unfortunately, but we are right up on the pace. Unfortunately, it's a DRS train. Look how much we've left Albon behind. But Alonso, oh, I thought it was going to go on the outside there. We're in a very good position here. Come on, come on, come on. Put it in. I already know as well we're doing an underfloor upgrade next to try and get some straight line speed. 5 laps to go.
4 laps.
Or 4 laps to go, I think. 5 or 4 laps to go. I couldn't remember. I couldn't hear what Cronin said. I was talking. But, yeah, we're in a... I'm happy with where we are. I feel like we can get Gasly. Do we harvest up here and make sure... Because we're in a DRS train. Gasly's keeping pace with them as well. And our tyres are in a good spot compared to everyone else. Okay, charging up the battery. All that lap has put us in a pretty good position here because we're going to get the last bit of charge, I think, as we come round. And even then, we're going to have a lot of battery to play with. But because there's this battle going on up front, they're slowing each other down, which means Bottas is pulling away. So I think we need to try and make a move here and get as many cars as we can in these couple of laps and see if we can catch up to at least George Russell. Because you can see the DRS train's pulling everyone along. I'm hoping that our battery deployment and our fresher tyres can get us through a couple of people here. As well, our tyre wear, we're pushing it, so it's matching up. As he's got Gasly, a lovely move from Alonso there that we just saw. He's right on the back of Ocon as well, and this is where charging up our battery has made a huge difference. As, yeah, the tyres are sort of dropping into not being able to cope as well, as it looks like we're going to get Ocon as well, and this is exactly what we wanted from Fernando Alonso. Okay. Lovely stuff. Are we going to get George Russell as well, who's on the hard tyres? Because if we get George, we can really just escape away from him. And George's tyres are looking like they're struggling. Come on, Fernando. Like go on, Fernando. You can get 3 cars in 1 lap, all because we saved the battery up properly. Go on, you've got him. Yes, you've got him. Keep on going at that pace. I'm very happy with that. Zhou, how are your tyres doing? Dipping below what they need to. So we'll put you onto aggressive. Zhou is... Yes, that's Albon. He's not 1 minute 17 behind. I'm going to say that's a little bit of a bug. Unless he has been lapped by him, and I don't know. But yeah, Alonso does get Russell. And the battery is now empty. So we'll put that into neutral. Is Russell hanging on?
Okay.
They're there, but they're not really hanging on. There is a Sector 3 yellow. I mean, again, if it's another safety car, it puts us in a great position on these softs. I think Russell's pulled us in. He has. Ricardo runs wide, which is going to help out Zhou. So, yeah, that was a weird one, because Zhou overtook Albon and then had to let him pass. So I think Albon has lapped Zhou, and it's sort of all messing it up a little bit. It's all messing it up. So we'll focus on Alonso for now, as George Russell's there. Right, deploy everything you've got, because we need to try and break this 1 second to Russell while he's on the hards and we're on the softs. Just want to have a look. Tyres should be okay to make it at this pace. Can we get Bottas? Can we catch up with Valtteri Bottas? I think where we've been pushing our tyres, yeah, they're actually going to have better tyres than us now. So, okay, we've done really well with Alonso up to 7th. A really good bit of strategy there. I'm still intrigued by this one with Zhou. Because I feel like... Well, we'll watch it here, because he's probably going to overtake him. He's going to be on the inside here, so he overtakes him. Yeah, and then he has to stop to let him pass. So that's a glitch in the game where Zhou is trying to unlap himself, but because he's a back marker, as soon as he gets past Albon, he has to give up. He's not allowed to do it. And this is the last lap. So actually, does that mean Alonso's been Alonso's got loads of tyre wear left. Yeah, go for it. Try and hold off Russell with everything you got. We'll go to neutral for now. And we'll bomb it down the last straight, to be honest, so that we do charge up a little bit around these corners and don't deploy it all. And we're in a wonderful position here with Alonso. And I feel like Zhou's just been very unlucky. Getting caught in the melee behind the safety car of back markers and lap cars and stuff. He could have had a really good race, but Alonso's done an absolutely superb job. Where's George? Yeah, we're putting a bit of space between us now, which is what we want. Because as we come round these few corners here, we're not too far from the end and the finish line and the checkered flag, which is going to be lovely. So round this little sort of chicane area here, coming down towards the start finish straight now. Just got to go round the double left-hander at the end of this straight. And yeah, we're in a good position. I'm just thinking, let's whack it on deploy now, so that when we come around this corner, Alonso drops all of that. Leclerc should cross the line as we'll go into here. So Leclerc crossed the line, Hamilton 4th, Sainz 5th, Bottas 6th. Alonso gets 7th. Lovely racing, lovely driving from Fernando Alonso again. Zhou is going to get 15th, so I think we do get the big bonus there, which is lovely. But wonderful stuff from Fernando Alonso. Going onto those softs under the safety car paid dividends, and yeah, we made it work. Finished strong on the soft tyres. Lovely stuff. As yet, Zhou does get 15th. Very happy with him as well. I think he did well. Gained a couple of positions, so I think that gets us all of the bonuses. Lovely. So it is 3 points finishes for Aston Martin and Fernando Alonso. Up 5 places to 7th. 6 points on the board again. Lovely stuff for him. And yeah, Guan Yu Zhou up 2 places, 17th to 15th, with 3 stops and losing a front wing. So not too bad at all there. Lovely. Into the drivers then. Alonso stays 9th, 6 points for him. Valtteri Bottas got 8 points ahead of him. Leading it is Max Verstappen from Charles Leclerc, who got 25 points for that race there. Ocon jumps up a place. Guan Yu Zhou still down in 17th at the moment. In the constructors, we remain 6th, which the board will be very happy with, but we do gain 5 points on AlphaTauri ahead of us. Lovely stuff. So Fernando Alonso gets his bonus of £510,000. But in terms of sponsorship, look at this. We got performance guarantees, position gain, finish position, qualifying position, streak is absolutely awesome, giving us 1.4 million in total from there. And incentives, finish position streak was great. Obviously, we weren't going to get the fastest lap, and we did reach Q2. So all in all, we make 5.5 million off that one race, which is amazing. And our factory is complete, which means we can do one more thing, which is awesome. And our rear wing has been designed, which is absolutely great as well. So let's go and have a look at these things. So rear wing is upgraded. The factory is, we don't have enough money to upgrade it, but we do have 21 million in the bank. Lovely stuff. Let's go back to the inbox. So design a new car part, please. We're going to do the underfloor, and we're going to put, we've got 56 days, so we can get a few things done here. We're going to put 2 into that wind tunnel, put quite a lot in the wind tunnel. Yeah, look at it, just does top speed. It's absolutely amazing. Right, continue. We do want to focus on speed. I mean, if we do that, I think we'll just sort of have an averaged... What are we already good at? Medium speed, high speed. Okay, so the percentages in dirty air is probably a good thing to look at. That's going to go up 2.3. That's going to go up 2.3. That's going to go up 2.3. So if we bolster this one, does anything else come down? 2.3, 2.3. That goes up to 2.5. Okay, I think we go for that then. So engineers, we'll put all of our 5 engineers on that. We will do it as a rushed 47 days. Yeah, let's go 47 days. 1.75 million dropped on that. Lovely, lovely stuff. Right, manufacture. Is there anything we need to manufacture? We've got 1 chassis. Let's have a look. Yeah, we've only got 1 of them. So let's rush 3 of them. That'll take 18 days. Do we rush... I think we're going to emergency 1 like that, and then we're going to go chassis part number 2, and we'll rush 2 of them. I think that's probably the logical way to do that one. The rear wing, we do have rear wing number 2. We will get 4 of those. We will rush them for 600k, and hopefully we get that on the car as well in the next race, which would be absolutely awesome. Right, rear wing design is complete. We know that. The ATR period starts today, so we timed that pretty well. And the monthly car development, we've still got lots of red, which is irritating. Post-race, Good stuff. Financial report. The finances are looking good. The board are happy we're exceeding expectations. And the check-in, we're going to get a very positive result in 3 months' time, which is absolutely brilliant. Lovely, lovely stuff. And, yeah, I don't really know what else there is to do. With the factory, then. So the factory now has project capacity 5 for car part manufacture. So design, that gets us more engineers. Oh, that would use up all of our money. Does the CFD simulator need refurbishing? Yeah, for 4 million. Yeah, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt us. So we will refurb that, and then we'll get that design center. I think to get more engineers. I think that will really, really help. And yeah, lovely, lovely stuff. Okay, next up is Miami. No one's favourite circuit, I'd say. Probably no one's favourite circuit. But yeah, we'll be back from Miami. We sit comfortably in 6th, which is exactly what the board want. Guan Yu Zhou still yet to score a point, but I feel like he is getting better, which is helpful. So, excellent. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Remember to like, subscribe, all that good jazz. And I'll be back very soon. Cheers.